Hey, it's Hamish from orderediting.com. This is how we recommend you integrate Signifyd with order editing. Currently, we're making an assumption that Signifyd is checking for fraud at order creation and then capturing payment if the fraud check approves it. This is erroneous if you're using order editing because a customer may change their address, for example, or add more items to their order. And those types of post-purchase changes can change the fraud risk of the order after it's created. Like you can see here in this order timeline, when the order was created, the address was changed, and then the products were edited. And maybe this would completely change the fraud decision. So we recommend the first step that you do is reach out to your Signifyd account manager and ask them to implement a Shopify time delay to allow for order edit. What this means is that instead of checking for fraud immediately at order creation, Signifyd will set up your app to check for fraud at the end of the editing period after the order is confirmed. That way, all of the updated changes will be considered in that final fraud check. The second step that we recommend you take is instead of Signifyd capturing payment on the order, we recommend that you ask Signifyd to tag orders with Signifyd approved if they're okay to be captured by order editing. The reason for this is that at the end of an editing period, order editing runs a function called send edited order to warehouse or reversing unpaid for edit. And what this is if a customer adds another item to their order, but they do not pay the difference or their card fails for the outstanding balance, that we will automatically revert their changes and remove the item they tried to add from their order. And this keeps everything fully paid and seamlessly flowing to the warehouse. If Signifyd are capturing payments, there's a risk that they may capture payment before we're able to complete that function. A customer may add an item on minute 29, the period ends at minute 30, and order editing could take 3 or 4 or even 6 minutes to remove that product from the order and reverse the changes. Particularly likely if it's a busy sale period or if there are a lot of complicated edits that happened within the session. To avoid any risk of that happening and capturing payment on a partially paid order, it's best to let us capture payment because we can guarantee 100% of the time that we will only capture payment if the order has successfully been reversed and is fully paid. It's a nice fail-safe, and that works through the Shopify flow that I'm showing you. After an order is created, we'll wait for your editing period, disable the app as usual, and then we'll check, has Signifyd applied the tag Signifyd approved, indicating to us that we're okay to capture payment here. And then we run a function at the end to capture payment on that order. If the order was not tagged Signifyd approved, this function would not run, and payment would not capture, and perhaps in Signifyd you set it up to auto cancel. But the reason why this works is that 100% of the time you'll never have an issue where a partially paid order gets captured. To reiterate your steps, reach out to Signifyd, your account manager, and ask for a Shopify time delay. And in the exact same email, ask them to, instead of capturing payment, to apply the tag Signifyd approved. A small note on that, only ask them to turn off the payment capture setting if you've successfully set up this flow and been in contact with us. Perhaps you ask them to apply the tag, get in touch with us, and then we can build the flow around that. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out. We have a chat bot in the right-hand corner of our app, or you can contact me anytime at hamish@orderediting.com.